Excellent. Hey, Shalom Israel. We are the Israelite School, Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana. Today we have another weekly Sabbath Service class. Sabbath Service is a commandment, also called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are ordered, commanded to go to your local zones, find out who your camp leader is at your zone, and attend Sabbath Service with your brothers, man. All right, it's plain and simple, straight up and down. We're just going to get it started. And with that, we're going to imagine, which means to stand. I'm going to call the first reader up to the podium. State your registry.
Officer Kukumama.
Hold up.
Officer Kukumama. Boloya. Boya Shala.
Officer Kukumama. Boya Shala.
Y'all by Shem Yashabakta.
Y'all by Shem Yashabakta. Yeah. I need your help, Sakari. We're supposed to blow the horn or unwrap the scroll.
Not yet. You gotta give us one.
Why first?
Give us one. Yeah, he turned to you. You salute him. He says, "Y'all watching your Shabbat." And then he touched the crowd. Say, "La Shalom." Let's get in.
Yeah, I will buy Shem Yashabakta.
La Shala.
La Shala. I'm again. Yes, it's like I said for to
Sar la Quadam. He's turned to face the east in Hebrew.
Sar la how you say it? Sar what?
Sar la Quadam.
La Hakodam, which means turn and face the east.
Well, we're gonna get into the prayers. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash. Ayah. Shukah.
Shukah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labakah. Taba'ah. Tazakah. Ayah. Asha. Baratazah. Hawa. Ayah. Shemayim. Ketunaw. Hakam. Paul. Yawam. Waslakanaw. Wawatnaw. Wala'ah. Abiyanaw. Barisayawon. Arshanaw. Mayan. Rakayah. Lakah. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. Watapara. Lawalabim.
Amen.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
All right, it's Cox power in Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah.
Babashah.
Ketunaw.
Nathanael.
Akak. La Pa'a. Paul Makala. Call Marawa. Akak. That's a heart. How much is the right? Akak. La Quayam. Amakia. Akak. Arakawa. Atama Allah. The Garsha. By Shem Yahushua. The water Amman.
In the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
The
power to heal all manner of sickness.
And
all manner of disease.
The
power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
All right, you do the blessing in the Hebrew.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wayahweh Shah.
Wayahweh.
Omaika Allah.
Wamayaka.
Wa'alahayim.
Wa'alahayim.
Ataza Baya'ah.
Tazabaya.
Alawap Yahana.
Awapyahana.
Alawapyu.
Ha'alawapya.
Hasaranya.
Hasranya.
Akwata Zayanya.
Akwata Zayandi.
Akayoyi.
Akayawi.
Wagwapyu.
Wa'awapya.
Yahbashim Yahusha.
Yahweh Yahusha.
Waraman.
Whatever. In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The general. The captain.
The captain.
The officers. The troopers. And the sisters.
And
And thus,
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh, name Yahusha.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank
thank
you
you so be it.
All right, Psalm 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahoya.
Ahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
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 Ma'ayim.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Bugalka.
Regar.
Ayanawam.
Yanawam.
Shemarka.
Smart.
Ana.
Anak.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Sharamar.
Sharamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemarka.
Smart.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zar.
Ayat.
Ayat.
Yabianka.
Yamyan.
Yamam.
Yamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'al Kaka.
La'adikaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamar.
Karad.
Karat.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Atnapashka.
Atnapash.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tela'aka.
Tazat.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Ba'aika.
Ba'aika.
Wa'ida Walam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help comes from the Lord.
which made heaven and earth.
He made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer that foot to be moved.
He will not
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
He that keepeth Israel shall not slumber or sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon the right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
the sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
And thy coming in
from this time forth,
this
this
time
time
forth,
forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
All right, in Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adamai Lakab.
Alahayim.
Atakarash.
Alahayim.
Wa'ab Shakwat.
Al-Squat.
Al-Kayab.
Al-Kayab.
Ana.
Anak.
Awayab. Awabiyab.
Awabiyab.
Yahweh Yawan.
Yawan.
Wamashinaka.
Wamashinaka.
Sha'at.
Sha'at.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Aramaka.
Aramaka.
Ya'aryamwa.
So
Sawat.
Sawat.
Wa'ifaya Aitizuwa. Ataza Fupandika.
Taza Fupandika.
Amawa.
Tomorrow.
Makawa.
Makawa.
Manakakida.
Manakakida.
Goya.
Goya.
Wala'a. Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shamia Shala.
Shamia Shala.
Awad Kaya.
Wakaya.
Nawa Aitizuwa.
Wa'aitu.
Labi Kalibu.
Labikabu.
Alika.
Alika.
Waya.
Waya.
Yakaraku.
Yakaraku.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Arawam.
Arawam.
Wayashmalim.
Arawam.
Our Abba.
Abba.
Wagoya.
Gagor.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wana One.
Wana.
Amalak.
Allah.
Shah.
Shah.
Amishabi. Nazawar.
Nazawar.
Gamashawar. Nalawa. Imam.
Amam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zawad.
Zawad.
Zabani Lawat.
Balawat.
Salah.
Allah.
Ashalaham.
Shalom.
Kamali.
Kamal.
Kasaya Sara'a.
Say.
Hayabi.
Hayabi.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Hayashwan.
Rash.
Nashimadwa.
Nashimadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
The Arab.
Arab.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Daman.
The man.
La Dama.
Adama.
Sayatambwa.
Tambo.
Nariyamwa.
Nariyamwa.
Taira.
Kaiwa.
Kazaba.
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 Wakatlawana.
Kazalman.
Kanasia Tambwa.
Kazalman.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amaru.
Amaru.
Na Yara. Na Yarasha.
Nayarashah.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Nawa.
Abnawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Sayatambwa.
Sayatambwa.
Gogala.
Gargala.
Kwash.
Kwash.
Tapani.
Tapani.
Wakaka.
Makaka.
Ta'ash.
Ta'ash.
Taba'ari Yaiwa.
Yaiwa.
Wakalaba.
Kalaba.
Alahat.
Alahat.
Hayim.
Hayim.
Kantaradapma.
Kantaradapma.
Bas Arika.
Masari.
Obasulpak.
Masipaka.
Yabahalam.
Al-Al.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Malawan.
Malawan.
Waibukwash.
Kwash.
Shaka.
Shaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Bashwa.
Waibahawa.
Abawa.
Aidi Ai.
Hayat.
Waipawa.
Waipawa.
Waiabadwa.
Abawa.
Waidawa.
Waidawa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ata.
Ata.
Shaka.
Shaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labarka.
Labarka.
All you want.
Ayawan.
I'll call Aratzna.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
And
peace.
be not still,
Be not still,
O God.
O God.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
they make it smoke.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee lift up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken back the counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come.
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
They cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
The name of Israel will be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagari,
and Agari,
Gabal and Ammon,
Amalek,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Ashar also doing with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping to see a lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
You want them as the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as sisters,
as to Jabin,
as Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
and work like that.
which perished at Endor.
Perish the indoor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They're going down for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make the nobles like a red,
like Zayah.
like this.
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes as Zabah
All the praise as above,
and as Amun,
as the moon,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let's take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make it like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as come before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire,
as the flame sets the mountain on fire.
so persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy sword,
Fill their faces with shame,
bear their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name, O Lord.
They may teach thy name, O Lord.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know
And men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name is known as Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
are the most high of all the earth. All right, so you do the curse, sir.
So the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
And evil and curse,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us.
thy prophets, the teachers,
I promise the teachers,
the princes, the priests,
the prince of priests,
the Israelite brothers, and the school.
Israelite brothers in school,
Send evils and curses,
the evil and curse,
and punishment and destruction to the
punishment
heathen,
and destruction to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel,
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
that refuse to give to the school.
I refuse to give to the school.
Force the riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force the rich to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evil and curse,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites
and the nations,
and the nation.
and their drug dealers,
Drug
the court system,
Court
the prison system,
Prison.
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood.
all the governments of our enemies,
All the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comatosi,
the
the LGBTQ movement,
LGBTQ movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
and space aircraft,
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
opened up the internet,
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airwaves,
the cable access channel,
cable access channels,
and the radio channel.
radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
Bring the spirit of any of our people
that seek to stop us,
that seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
bring destruction
to all the heathen
To all the heathen
that stand in the way
that
stand in the way,
or try to stop us from broadcasting our word
or try to stop us from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
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 Cause them to go to and fro through the earth
Cause them to go to and fro through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plagues
the
the house
house
of
of
the
the
thief
thief
and the murderer.
and the
and the
murderer.
murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with flying saucers
and punish all the heathen
And
punish
punish
all
all
the
the
heathens
that come up against us
that come up against us.
as we speak thy word.
And we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done it.
that the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause
Call
it
them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of
Thank you,
Yahweh.
Thank you always, so be it.
Thank you also be it.
All right. Everybody saw his turn in Hebrew. All right, Shabby, you need to sit. Are you gonna sit down there? Verse 1.
We're going to start off when we left off last week. We'll start off at Genesis chapter 50 and verse 14. 50, verse 14, and you're going to read all the way to Exodus 1 and 10.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 14 in the Hebrew.
Why you shout?
Why Yashab, Yawasap,
I just around him.
Matazarayama,
Hawa
Hawa,
wa akiwa
Wa Akiwa,
wa call
Wakal,
alien
Alium,
atawa
Hatawa, Akabar, Abiwa,
abrege
Awaya,
kobaru
Kabara,
abiyawa
Abiwa. Verse 15. Why you out?
why
Why you out? You were Akia, Yawasap, Kaya, Math, Abiyahum, why you Amaro, Lawa, Yashtamayua, Yawasap, why you Shabbat, why you Shab, Yashayab, Laniwa, At, Call, Harry Ashar, Gomanua, Atawa. Verse 16. Why Tazawa, all Yawasap, La Amor, Abika, Tazawa, Lapanya, Mawatwa, La Amor. Verse 17. Ka, Taramawa, Lo Yawasap, Ana, Sha'a, Na, Pashai, Akika, Wakata Thum, Kaya, Ra'ai, Tamaruka, Wa'aita, Sha'ai, Na, Lapashai, Abadia, Alahaya, Abika, Wayabak, Yawasap, Badadarum, Alayu. Verse 18. Wala Yakawa, Gum, Akua, Wayapua, Lapanyua, Waya Yamara, Hanua, Laka, Labaya, Labayahum, Labadium. Verse 19. Waya Amar, Alahum, Yawasap, All, Tayarawa, Kaya, Hatakat, Alahayim, Anaya. Verse 20. Waatham, Kashapatham, Alaya, Ra'ai, Alahayim, Kashabah, Latabah, Lala'ai,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Kayawam,
Kayawam, Haza,
Kaya,
Laha Kayat, I'm
Rob,
Rob. Verse 21.
Waita,
Wa'ata, all,
Tayawa,
Tayu Awu,
Anakaya,
Anakaya,
Akal, Akala, Akalako,
Akalako,
Akal,
Akako,
Akum,
Atkum,
Wa'a,
Wa'at,
Tapakum,
Tapakam,
Wananakum,
Wananakam,
Awa, Awatum,
Awathum,
Waya the Bar,
Wayat the bar, all,
Labum,
Labum. Verse 22.
Waya Shab,
Wayat Shab,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
Bamatagaran,
Batamba,
Ba Matagaran,
Matazarayum,
Hawa'a,
Hawa'a,
Wabaya,
Waba'at,
Abayawa,
Abu Yawa,
Waya, Waya,
Wayaka,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
Ma'a,
Ma'a,
Wa'asha,
Wa'ashar,
Shanai,
Shanayim. Verse 23.
Waya Wa'a,
Waya'a,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
La Pari,
La Parium,
Banya,
Banya,
Shalashayam,
Shalashayam,
Gum,
Gum,
Banya,
Banya,
Makaya,
Makayar,
Bun,
Bun,
Manasha,
Manasha,
Yaladawa,
Yaladawa,
Allah,
Allah,
Al,
All,
Barakaya,
Barakaya,
Yawasap,
Yawasap. Verse 24.
Waya Amor,
Wayamar,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
Al,
All,
Akua,
Akiwa,
Anakaya,
Anakaya,
Math,
Math,
Walahayam,
Walahayim,
Quad,
Paquad,
Yap, Quad,
Yapquad,
Atakum,
Atacum,
Wahala,
Mahala,
Atum, Atakum,
Atacum,
Mun,
Mun,
Harakata,
Harataza,
Hawa, Haza,
Haza'at,
Al,
All,
Harakata,
Harataza,
Ashor,
Ashar,
Mishabat,
Shabbat,
Labahum,
La Abraham,
Mayataza,
La Yataza,
Layaqua,
La Yaqua,
Walayaqua,
Wala Yaqua. Verse 25.
Walayashba,
Wayashbai,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
Al,
Ath,
Banya,
Banya,
Bashal,
Yasha'ala,
Lama,
La Amor,
Quad,
Taqad,
Yapquad,
Yapquad,
Alahim,
Alahayim,
Atakum,
Atacum,
Waha Alatum,
Waha La Thum, Ath,
Atazamati,
Tazamatia,
Waza,
Mazah. Verse 26.
Wayama,
Wayamath,
Yawasap,
Yawasap,
Bun,
Bun,
Ma,
Ma'ah,
Wa'aishar,
Wa'ashar,
Shanayim,
Shanayim,
Wayakantua,
Wayakantua,
Atawa,
Atwa,
Wayasham,
Wayasham,
Ba'awan,
Barawan,
Bamatularan,
Batazarayim. Verse 20. Oh, Salaki. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 1 in the Hebrew.
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala,
Shamawat,
Shamawat,
Banya,
Banya,
Yasha'al,
Yasha'ala,
Abayam,
Habayam,
Matagara,
Matazarayima, Ath, Yaikwa,
Ayash,
Ayash,
Wabayatu,
Babayatwa,
Ba'awa,
Ba'awa. Verse 2.
Wa'awan,
Wa'aban,
Shemaiwan,
Shemaiwan,
Loya,
Loya,
Wayahawad,
Wayahawada. Verse 3.
Yashakar,
Yashakar,
Zabalawan,
Zabalawan,
Wabanyam,
Wabayamya,
Dan,
done.
Wanapatayu,
One button,
Wanapatayu,
one Napatalia,
God,
God,
Wa'ashar,
Wa'ashar. Verse 5.
Wayahaya,
Wa'ahaya,
Call,
Call,
Napash,
Napash,
Yataza, Yataza Aya,
Yataza'aya,
Yara,
Wayarab,
Yankwa,
Yaikwa,
Shabayam,
Shabayam,
Napash,
Napash,
Wayawasa,
Wayayosap,
Haya,
Haya,
Bamatagarai,
Batazarayim. Verse 6.
Wayama,
Wa'amak,
Yawasa,
Yawasap,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Aku,
Aqua,
Wakal,
Wakal, Had a war.
Wa'a,
So it's like
Wa'a,
had the war.
Wa'a,
Hawa'a. Verse 7.
Wabanya,
Wabanya,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Parawa,
Parawa,
Wayash, Watazawa,
Wa'ash Tazawa, Wa'yar Bawa, Wa'ya Tazamawa, Bama'ad, Ma'ad, Watamala, Haratza, Atam, Pa. Verse 8, Wayaquam, Malak, Kadash, Al, Tazarayim, Ashar, La'a, Dedai, At, Yawasa. Verse 9, Wayamar, Al, Amawa, Hana, Aim, Banya, Yasha'ala, Rob, Wa'ai Tazawam, Mamamu. Verse 10, Haba, Natkatma, Lawa, Pan, Yaroba, Wahaya, Kaya, Takwa, Ana, Malakoma, Wanawasa, Gum, Hawa'a, All, Shana'a, Yanawa, Wanalakam, but now Wa'ala, Man, Haratza.
Give the brother a hand. That's that. That's 26 actually.
What we at?
26 minutes?
Damn.
Most High Christ. Now we're gonna go back and read it in English.
Oh, take time on English.
50 and 14. 50 and 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 14 in the English. And Joseph returned into Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. Verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
Real quick, just a quick recap. So in the context of where we're at, Joseph is with his brothers, and their father, Isaac, just passed away. So they just did their due diligence, honoring their father. They laid him to rest, Isaac, and now Joseph's brothers are remembering what they did to him. They sold him into slavery. They sold him to the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs today. They sold him into slavery. Joseph worked his way up in the Egyptian kingdom under Pharaoh. And then now they're at a point in time where their father has passed away. Now they're recalling the evil, the work that they did against Joseph by selling him to slavery. Now they're worried about the consequences of the works that they did against their brother years ago. Go ahead.
Kawakan. Verse 16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. Verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. Verse 19. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? Verse 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive.
These Joseph and his brothers are actually showing each other brotherhood right now. You know what I'm saying they're not repaying evil with evil. They're following the words of the messenger, the words of the angel. Joseph didn't have it in his heart to punish his brothers.
Right.
He knew the consequence of forgiving them, that many other people in their nation would be saved. What did it say?
Verse 20.
To save much people alive. That's how it said it in the Bible. But yeah, Salaki, go ahead.
Kawakan. Verse 21. Now therefore, for ye fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. Verse 22. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, we brought up upon Joseph's knees. Verse 24. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you and bring you out of this land unto the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Verse 25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 1 in the English. Now these are the names of the children of Israel.
Like real quick, we're switching books now. All right, so we're at the end of Exodus, and now it's like we're at the end of Genesis. Now we're at Exodus chapter 1 and verse 1. The timeline continues. You know what I'm saying we have to teach our people, you know, using repetition. The Bible is the history of Black and brown supremacy, man. This is the book of our history, past, present, and future. All right, this is the timeline. This is the family tree of the 12 tribes, our forefathers, and the works that they did, which are recorded, which we teach today in Sabbath Service. So I just want to put things in context. Now we're out of Genesis, and we're in the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 1. Go ahead.
Kawakan, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Verse 2. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. Verse 7. And all the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Verse 9. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when they're falling out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
That note before we switch readers, this just shows how these other nations they're threatened by Israel. They're threatened by Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, knowing our identity, knowing that we're stronger in numbers, knowing that we're commanded to come together. You know, these other nations are threatened by that. Now, they know that we're a mighty people. They know that we are the salt of the earth, and they bank and make, you know, build industries off of our backs, off of our brilliance, because we're God's chosen people, man.
Right.
But we don't see that. The other nations see it. They eat us alive. They smack in our face, and we just go around trying to be Christians, trying to love everybody, trying to integrate everybody, trying to get assimilated into the white man's nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But understand that we are a threat. You know what I'm saying? The truth that we teach is not popular. You know what I'm saying? It goes against the grain. It goes against the white man's peace of mind. They don't like the ISUPK. Other so-called Hebrew Israelite groups don't like the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to come together because they want us to assimilate and fall into the Christian narrative. I don't like that word. But yeah, that's the point I wanted to make. We need to come together. We need to be fruitful. We need to multiply, show each other brotherhood and sisterhood, come together and show compassion for ourselves only. Say to hell with all these other nations.
Right.
Destroy us. All right, with that, we're going to switch readers. Imagine this means stand. Next reader, come up and present your registry.
Officer Isaiah Allah, Bunny Howard, Bunny Nasrallah.
Officer Isaiah Allah, Bunny Howard, Bunny Nasrallah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakah.
La Yashrala.
Each one with it. With her. Everybody, you shout him. You see it? We're going to return to the Hebrew. Exodus 1:1.
We're going to pick up back on Exodus 1:11.
Another one, con. We're going to
We'll go all the way to 2:19. Exodus 2:19.
Exodus 1:11. All right. Why so like this is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Waya Shamua. Alayawa. Sharaya. Masayam. Lamanan. Lama'ain. So like Ainatua. Basa Baldium. Basa Balatam. Wayaban. Araya. Masakan what? La Para. Ath. Pathom. Wa'ath. Ayamasas. Verse 12. Wakah Ashar. Ya'inawa. Aithwa. Khan. Yoruba. Wakhan. So like Yaparataza. Wayakwatazawa. Mapanya. Banya. Yasharala. Verse 13. Wayabadawa. Matazarayim. Ath. Banya. Yasharala. Baparak. Verse 14. Wayamarabu. Ath. Haya. Kaya Yahum. By Bada. Quash. Sakosha,
Kosha Salaki,
Bakamar,
Bakamor,
Waba, Wabalad,
Wabalad,
Wabalad Nayam,
Wabalad Nayam Salaki,
Wabakal,
Wabakal,
Abada,
Abada,
Bashada,
Bashada, Ath,
Kal,
Kal,
Abba, Abba, Abada, Abadatam,
Abadatham, Ashar,
Abadawa,
Abadawa,
Bahum,
Bahum,
Bapara,
Baparak. Verse 15.
Waya Amor,
Wayamar, Malak,
Batavariah,
Matazariah,
Lamaya, Lamaya, Lada,
Walaya,
Lamaya,
Lamaya,
Lada,
Lamaya, Ladath,
Hi Boya,
Habarya, Ashar, Salaki,
Hi Boya,
Ha'abaryath, Ashar, Sham,
Haka,
Ha'achath,
Shapara,
Shapara,
Washam,
Washam,
Hashinaya,
Hashanayath,
Power I,
Pawai. Verse 16.
Waya Amor,
Wayamar,
Bayal the car, Bayal the car,
Bayal Dekan, Ath,
Hi Bor, Yowa,
Habar Yawath,
Wawa, Ayakwa,
Rabba Ayathwa, All,
Hi Bunyan,
Ha'abanyam, Bon,
Hawa,
Hawa,
I was like, Wahamatu, so Ha'amatan,
Ha'amatyam,
Ha'amatan,
Harmatan, Salaki,
Aku,
Athu, Wa'am, Bath,
Haya,
Haya, Wahaya,
Wakaya,
Wakwaya, Salaki, Wakwaya.
17,
Verse 17.
Wataya Wa'aw,
Wayata Aru,
Wataya Wa'aw.
Wata Ara Anya,
So like you get it right first time.
Salaki.
I'm a y'all da.
How y'all doth, Ath,
Alahayim,
Ha'alahayim,
Wala
Wala
Ashu,
Ashul,
Kasha,
Kashar, Debar,
Alayahan,
Alayahan, Malak,
Matazarayim,
Matazarayim,
Watakayam,
Wata Salaki,
Watakayam,
Wata Kayan, Ath, Hayala Damar,
Hayala, Dayan,
Hayala Dayam, Salaki, Wayakora,
Waikora,
Wayakora, Salaki, Malak, Matazarayim, Lam Ya Lada, Wayamor, Waya Amar, Salaki, Lahan,
Madawa,
Lamadawa,
Ashayatu,
Ashayati,
Adabar,
Hadabar, Hazai,
Watakayan,
Watakwayan, Ath, Hayala Damya,
Hayala Dayam,
Haladayam. Verse 19. Watamor, Watamorian,
Hamayoda,
Hamayal
Hamaya,
It's like Hamayar Ladath, Hamaya Ladath, All, Parai, Kaya, All,
Kanashim,
Kanashim,
Hamatazaraya,
Hamatazarayath,
Baya,
Habayat,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Kayawa,
Kayawa,
and
Kaina,
Bataram,
Batarom,
Abawa,
Taboa,
Alahan,
Alahan,
Hamayodela,
Hamay,
Hamayala Bella, Hamaya Lada,
Hamaya Ladath,
Waya Dao,
Waya Ladaw. Verse 20. Waya Tahab,
Waya Tao, Waya Tao,
Waya Yatab, Salaki, Alahayim,
Lamaya Lada,
Wamaya Ladath,
Waya Rab,
Waya Rab,
Ain,
Ha'aim,
Waya I Taza, Waya I Taza, Mawa,
Waya Atazamoa,
Ma'ad,
Ma'ad.
Waya Haya,
Verse 21. Wahaya,
Waya Haya,
Waya Haya Salaki,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Yara Awa,
Yara Awa,
Hamaya Lada,
Hamaya Ladath, Ah,
Alahaya,
Ha'alahayim, Waya Shar,
Waya Aish,
Waya Aish Salaki,
Waya Aisha,
Waya Asha,
Lahum,
Lahom,
Rakim,
Batim. Verse 22.
Waya Tazawa,
Waya Tazawa,
Hara,
Parah,
Yakol,
Nakal,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Lamar,
Lamar, Kal,
Haban,
Haban,
Hayalawa,
Hayalawad,
Hayara,
Hayara,
Ashol, Yakawa,
Kashal, Lakawa, Wakal, Habath,
Dakaya, Dakayanwa,
Dakayayu,
Saki, Dakayawa, None,
Dahayawa none. So like it, Dahayawa none.
Saki, Daka, Yaw, Dakayawan,
Dakaya one.
Sa,
So it's the book of Exodus, chapter 2 and verse 1. We're stopping at 10, right? Or 15.
we'll stop at 19.
Come on, sir.
The one in Lak,
Wayalak,
Ayash,
Ayash,
Mabaya,
Mabayath,
Saki, Loya,
Loya,
Wayakwa,
Wayakwa, Ath, Bath,
Lawaya,
Loya. So like you. Verse 2, Watahar,
Asha,
Hasha, Watalad, Bon,
Watara'a,
Watara'a,
Atwa,
Atwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Tawab,
Tawab,
Tawa'a,
Kawa,
Watataza, Pani, Hawa,
it's like Watapaza Tanua,
Watataza, Pani, Hawa,
Wata Taza Panua,
Panho,
Panua. So like you.
Shalash,
Shalash, Yaraham,
Saki, Yarakayam,
or Yarakayam. So like you. Verse 3,
Wala'a,
Wala, Yaka'al,
Yakala,
Yakala. So like you.
Awa,
Taiwan,
Kataza, Payanwa,
Hataza Yapanua,
Watakwa,
Watakwa,
Lawa,
Lawa, Tabath,
Gama'a,
Kama'a,
Watakamra,
Watakamra,
Bakamra,
Bakamra,
Bakamar,
Bakomar. So like you.
Wabazapat,
Wabazapath,
Watasham,
Watasham, Ba, Ath, Hayalad, Watasham, Basap,
Basawap,
Basawap. So like you. All Shapath,
Chapat.
Shapat. So like you.
Please watch you Chapat.
Shapath, Haya,
Hayara,
Hayara. Verse 4,
Watataza,
Watapatazad,
Akatwa,
Akathwa, Marahak,
Marakak,
Marakak. So like Wada'a, Wada'i, Ma,
Yaisha,
Yaisha,
Lawa,
Lawa. Verse 5,
Watarad,
Watarad,
Ba,
Bath,
Para,
Para,
Lara, Aitaza,
Labra Ataza,
All,
All,
Hayara,
Hayara,
Wanai, Ratni,
Wanara Athya,
Halaka,
Halakah, All, Yad,
Hayara,
Hayara,
Watara'a,
Watara'a,
Ah,
Ath,
Wataba,
Hatabah,
Batawa,
Batawak,
Hasawa'a,
Hasawa'at,
Watashala,
Watashalah, Ath, Amata'a,
Amata,
Amata, Slagi,
Watakwa,
Watakwa, Haya, Slagi. That was me. Verse 6, Watap,
Watapa,
Watapath,
Watara'a,
Watara'apara,
Watara, Watara, Ahawa,
Wata'arahawa, Ath,
Hayala,
Hayalad,
Wahana,
Wahana, Na'ar, Bakah,
Watakamal,
Watakamal, Alayawa, Wata'amar, Mayadawa, Ha'abarim, Za. Verse 7, Wata'amar, Hakatwa, All, Ba, Parah, Ha'alak, Wakara'athya, Lak, Asha,
Maya
Mayanaquad,
Man,
Mon,
Ha'ai Baraya,
Mahai Abarath, Watayanak, Lak, Ath, Hayalad. Verse 8. Wata Amar, La, Ba, Parai, Lakaya, Watalak, Ha'alma, Hayalama, Watakora, Ath, Hayalad. Verse 9. Wata Amar, La, Bath, Parah, Halakaya, Halalaya Kaya, Ath, Hayalad, Haza, Wahayanakua, Laya, Waanya, Athan, Ath, Sakara, Shakarak, Watakwa, Haash, Hayalad, Wata Yanakua. Verse it's like Wata Hanapua. Verse 10. Wayagadar, Hayalad, Wata Baatua, Laba, Para, Wayahaya, La, Laban, Watakara, Shamawa, Masha, Watamor, Chai, Kaya, Mon, Hamayim, Mashayatnu, Hawa. Verse 11. Wayahaya, Bayamayim, Kacham, Wayagadar, Masha, Wayataza'a, All, Atku, Wayara'a, Basab Yatam, Wayara'a, Ayash, Matazaraya, Makah, Ayash, Abaria, Ma'akiwa, Salaki. Verse 12. Maya, Salaki, Wayapun, Ka, Waka, Wayara'a, Kaya, An, Ayan, Salaki, Ayash, Wayak, Ath, Hamatazaraya, Matazaraya, Salaki. Wayat Tamayawa, Wayat Manayawa, Bakawal. Verse 13. Wayataza'a, Bayawam, Hashanaya, Wahana, Shania, Anashim, Abarium, Natazayam, Wayamar, Larashai, Lama, Taka, Rayaka. Verse 14. Wayamar, Wayamar. So like Maya, Shamaka, Layayash, Shar, Washapat, Allah Yayanawa, Allah Garayanayo, Ata, Amar, Kashar, Haragath, Ath, Hamatazaraya, Wayara, Mashar, Salakia, Waya Damar, Waya Amar, Hakan, Nawada, Hadabar. Verse 15. Wayashmai, Para, Ath, Hadabar, Hazah, Waya Bakwash, Lahara, Ath, Masha, Wayawara, Masha, Wapunya, Parai, Wayashab, Maharatiza, Magyam, Wayashab, All, Habar, Habara, Salaki, Haba'ara. Salaki. We done.
19.
You said 19 or 15?
Verse 19.
Oh, Salaki. Verse 16.
Walakahan.
Walakahan.
Madyan.
Madyan.
Shabai.
Shabai.
Banawa.
Banawath.
Wata Ba'ana.
Wataba'ana.
Wata Ba'ana.
Wataba'ana.
Wata Ladna.
Wataladna.
Wata Ma'ana.
Watamoalana.
Wata Ma La'ana.
Watamala'ana. Ath.
Hara Hatim.
Harahatim.
Lahash Kowa.
Lahash Kowath.
Taza'an.
Kazaan.
Abayahan.
Abayahan. Verse 17.
Waya Ba'awa.
Wayaba'awa.
Haraya.
Harayim.
Waya Gar Shawam.
Wayagar Shalom. Wayachom. Mashah.
Waya Washai.
Wayawashai.
Waya Shak.
Wayashak. Ath. Kaza'anam. Verse 18. Watabanawa. Wataba'ana Salaki all. Wa'awa all. Abba Yahweh. Waya Amar. Madawa. Maharatwa. Ba'a. Hayawam. Verse 19. Wata Amaru. Ayash. Matazariah. Matazawal. One more. Ha. Taza. Y'all. Yamor. Noah. Salakia. Mayad. Hara'ayim. Wagam. Dala. Dala. Lenoah. Wayashak. Hataza'an. We done.
Most High in Christ. Give it to that brother right there. I don't want to take the work of the Lord lightly, but it takes a lot of commitment, dedication to learn the Hebrew language, to learn these precepts, to be up here on this podium. It's no easy task. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, for any new brother that wants to come into the priesthood, into the school, you know, if it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. But you got to earn and fight and sacrifice for these ranks to be up here, man. This is no light work. This is the work of the Lord, and it takes patience and study, man. So we take this work seriously. That's why we follow the laws, man. That's why we teach a Sabbath service today. All right, with that, we're going to go over those same scriptures you read in the Hebrew. We're going to go over them in English.
All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 11 in the English. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But
real quick, we're talking just get the context of where we're at again. We're in Egypt. So-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, the Israelites are in Egypt. Egypt means bondage. We're under the slavery of the Egyptians under Pharaoh. All right, and at this time, even today, 2025, we have taskmasters, we have supervisors, we have managers, we have people over us over at our slaveries, our so-called jobs. You know what I'm saying they're there to watch over us, to make sure we're not complacent, to make sure we're over meeting our quotas. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, they're oppressing us. Right. But then us being Israelites, you know what I'm saying, the harder that they come down on us, the more mightier that we become, the more that we multiply. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all are old enough to know who Baby's kids are. Right, Christ. The line in Baby's kids, it says, we don't die, we multiply. We do that to this day.
all right,
And that's just the spirit on us. We are resilient people. We have the spirit of the Lord on us. We are separate people, man. You know what I'm saying? Try as they might, these other nations, they cannot break us because we are that resilient, man. We're Israel. We're the princes and the princesses of the power. It's in the name. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Go ahead.
verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Right.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
All the service, man, all the slavery.
rig-
Whether you work in the field, whether you work at a corporate office in a sky high skyscraper with a corner office and a view, you're gonna be worked like a Hebrew slave. It don't matter, man. You can't escape these curses. Can't escape the consequence of disobedience. Here we are in slavery, serving our oppressors with rigor. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrews midwives, of which the name of the one was Shapharah, and the name of the other was Salaki, and the name of the other Pawah. Verse 16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then then she shall live.
See, Salaka, this is how our oppressors, this is how they move. They move like snakes, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't wanna go toe to toe, face to face with the neither black, Latino, Native American man. They want to go backdoor and whisper influences into the daughters of Israel, your wives. You know what I'm saying? Our wives and our daughters are preoccupied with these tablets and these vain so-called reality TV shows, Love and Hip Hop, all those. You know what I'm saying? Our women are distracted by that. And that's how our oppressor sneaks in these vices, these ideas into their heads, and then they seep into our communities, into our families. And next thing you know, the black woman is a terrorist in our communities, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is how our oppressor works, man. We'll go backdoor and sneak and speak to your wives directly without you even knowing. Go ahead.
Verse 17. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Verse 18.
Real quick, we can't overlook that, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're a daughter of Israel, if you're a so-called black, Latino, and Native American woman, or a daughter of the Most High, princess of the power, you know what I'm saying? You have your due diligence too, man. You know what I'm saying? You can make your sacrifices for your nation, for your children, for your generation. You know what I'm saying? You can have the courage, you know what I'm saying, to have a manly stomach. There's a scripture on that too. Have a manly stomach to disobey our oppressor for the sake of your nation. You know what I'm saying? Be a traitor to these other enemy nations for the benefit of your people, man. You know what I'm saying? God will see that and he will honor that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men children alive? Verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them.
That's the spirit of black, Latino, and Native American women, man.
Right.
They have a lively spirit, man. We're not easily broken, man. We're not easily destroyed. We are a destroyed people, but it's gonna come with some. It's gonna wear out our enemies by way of how they're gonna try to destroy us, man. We are a lively people, man. Our women are lively. You know what I'm saying? They're resilient. You know what I'm saying? They're not like the so-called white women, man. So-called Asian women. They don't have the strength, man. They can't cook like us, man. They can't raise children like us. They can't keep a home like us, man. So we need to see ourselves as who they are. They are the princesses, man.
Right.
I'm saying they have a lively spirit, and it's unmistakable. And the other nations see it. All the other the women of other nations, they envy black, Latinos, and Native American women, man. They envy that our women look so good, we dress so good, we smell so good, we cook so well, man. Saying we're not easily destroyed people, man. And then it works both ways. We're stiff-necked when our enemies are destroying us, and we're stiff-necked when we're actually here trying to present to our people the truth, and we're not trying to hear it, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, go ahead.
Verse 20. Therefore, God dealt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. Verse 21. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses, Verse 22, and Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2, and verse 1.
Real quick, this is no different than modern day how you say genocide by way of abortion, man. They try to whisper into our sisters' ears that they can abort their children for the sake of a career, sacrifice our children for the sake of doing what they want. You know what I'm saying? They want to build up a fan base on Instagram or OnlyFans, doing who knows what in front of that camera, and they're killing their children just so they can satisfy the lust of their wants. You know what I'm saying? The lust of their eyes, man. But yeah, it's all strategic, man. Our presidents are very strategic. They're very deliberate. They're very mathematical at how they want to exterminate us, man. And they try and they're successful at it, man.
Right.
Because they're destroying us in the womb, man.
Right.
That's how evil this place is. That goes to show how destroyed we are for lack of knowledge, man. And that's why we do the work that we do to wake up our people. Go ahead.
Con on one con. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2, and verse 1. And there went a man of the house of Levi.
The house of who?
Of the house of Levi.
The house of Levi. That's gonna be what you call a so-called Haitian today.
Mhm.
Levite in the building right now. Call me Ahmad.
Right.
That's the brother who's from the tribe of Levi. Go ahead.
Con on one con. And took to wife a daughter of Levi. Verse 2, and a woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months.
She hid him 3 months, man. She knew the order in the land of Egypt. She was supposed to unalive her son, man. You know what I'm saying, but she was a daughter of Zion. She saw that she had a goodly child, and she was going to put up a fight, man. She was going to put up a fight for her child's life. And she kept him alive for 3 months and hid. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. Verse 4. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. Verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it.
Listen, man, there's no such thing as coincidence. You come into the truth long enough, you realize there's no such thing as coincidences. There's no such thing as anything happened randomly. You know what I'm saying? The Lord knows exactly what he's doing. He chose Moses to be fetched out of water. And, this isn't some random chance intervention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept, and she had compassion on him, and said, this is one of the Hebrews' children.
She knew whose child this was. We're talking about the daughter of Pharaoh. The daughter of Pharaoh knew the order too. She knew that this was one of the Hebrews' children, a son who should have been put away. This is a 3-month-old son, and for whatever reason, she had compassion. This is just how women are, maybe. She had compassion on the child, and she wanted to bring it into her bosom and take care of it, raise it as her own, man. And that's a good thing. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for thee? Verse 8. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother.
See, nobody can raise a Black, Latino, and Native American child better than a Black, Latino, and Native American woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh's daughter knew that she didn't have the capacity to raise this child to the best, optimum, sense of raising a child. So she had to intervene and rely on the nursing of an actual Hebrew to raise this child up perfectly. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take the child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. Verse 10. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses.
Called his name what?
Moses.
Go ahead.
And she said, because I drew him out of the water. Verse 11.
Listen, real quick, man. Moses is this story of Moses is, I say to hell with Marvel Comics and DC. know what I'm saying? Moses is my superhero, man. We look at his origin story right here in the first 2 chapters of Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Moses, it even tells you what his name means. It means drawn out of water. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we remember what was it, the Montgomery Brawl? So-called Aquaman who jumped in the water to save that brother.
Right.
I always think of Moses when I think about that, man. You know what I'm saying? That brother jumped, he's the modern day Aquaman, but Moses is the biblical Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? He was drawn from water, and we'll soon get into it, and to see the work that Moses did out of his love for his own people, man, out of his love for justice for his own people. But it's a perfect parallel of what we saw at the Montgomery Brawl, man. Aquaman versus Moses, man. And what does Moses mean? Drawn from water. Go ahead.
Count out on 1 verse 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren. Verse 12.
You know what I'm saying? So Moses grew up in Pharaoh's house. He grew up, with nice things. You know what I'm saying? He grew up with, polished marble floors, maids taking after him, feeding him, probably clothing him, cleaning his room. He grew up, privileged, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? But there was a spirit of Moses that he knew who he belonged to. He knew who his brothers were. He saw that they were oppressed, and it made him feel some type of way. The action that he took wasn't the, I guess, morally sound move to make, move out of emotion, but it just goes to show that Moses was our brother, man. He knew who his brothers were, and he identified with our suffering, man.
All right.
Go ahead.
Count on 1 verse 12. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together, and he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? Verse 14. And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known.
Moses thought he was moving undercover. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you do comes to light. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, whether in the dark or the light, there's going to be a consequence to that. You know what I'm saying? These brothers were looking at him like, weren't you that brother that just smoked that Egyptian? And it's almost like they didn't even see the spirit behind why Moses even did that. It was just like they just wanted to accuse him for acting out of line. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand. That's like a lot of people in the world now. They don't see the ISUPK. This is a love group. I hate to call it that way. Right. But we love our people.
That's right.
For our people. We go out on the street corners, risk our lives, risk our Saturdays and Fridays to go call the oppressor, the devil, to his face.
Right.
To call all these nations for their crimes against us. We're out here reminding these our enemy nations of the crimes that they've come against us, and that the Lord has not forgotten them. And there's going to be a price to pay, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Count out on 1. Now when Salakia, verse 15. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Verse 16. Now the priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. Verse 17. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. Verse 18. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, how is it that ye are come so soon today? Verse 19. And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
This is that Moses was an Egyptian based on where he came from. You know what I'm saying? And it's ironic. It's very ironic, and it's very like modern day. A lot of actual Judites, black people, we want to self-identify and be called Americans. We want to be called African Americans. We want to be called and identified by our citizenship here in America. But this is not our rest, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is not our home. You know what I'm saying? Our home is over there in Israel, which is preoccupied by the oppressor, the so-called white man, the so-called Jewish man. You know what I'm saying? The Bible, they're the nation of Amalek. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The U.S. is not our rest. We are not Egyptians. We are Israelites. And the work that we do is to remind our people of their identity, giving our people back their identity and their truth according to the Bible. Saying, did y'all have anything else to say? Go ahead.
Sir.
Well, shit, we finished all the verses for today. And with that, we're going to imagine, which means to stand.
Everybody's, we're gonna get these prayers. Everybody saw. I'll put it scroll. Everybody saw the numbers trying to face the east. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Labaka. Taba'ah. Chazakah. Ayah. Aisha. Tawarat. Hawat. Hashemayim. Atan Noah. Akam. Paul. Yawam. Asalakinao. Awatinao. Asalakinao. Abawatinao. Ala'at. Abiyainao. Manasayawan. Tabo. Shayano. Mayan. Wakaya. Akat. Malakwa. Wala. Watapara. Awayim.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever so be it.
That's it. Oh, we got you gonna pull the scroll up? Come on. We got scroll up. We're gonna start up here. Go ahead, see.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Yah.
Y'all about some Shabbat. Yep. Right, come down. Y'all about some Shabbat. Yep.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Yah.
All right. That'll conclude this week's Sabbath service.